Hi everyone! In this video, I would like to discuss 9 reasons why I really enjoy being single in my retirement. I'll also cover some issues that maybe if you are single and retired, you need to be careful of. I really want this video to be applicable to both men and women because both men and women are single in their retirement. If you're new here, my name is Reina and this is Small Retired Life. And on my channel, we talk about all things that pertain to retirement and being retired and living a small but meaningful retired life. Let's talk about a little bit on why someone would be single in retirement. So some people are just single and have been single their whole adult lives. So going into retirement as a single is not a big deal for them. Other people maybe have had relationships or have been married and those relationships didn't work out and you're now older and entering retirement, or you are retired and you're single. Some people have been married to a partner for many years and their partner has passed away, and this is devastating because they've probably had plans and dreams on what retirement would look like with a partner, and now they're having to do this on their own and navigate retirement on their own. I have many friends that always ask me, well, especially friends who are with another person, aren't you lonely being alone? Aren't you sad being single? Don't you want to date? And the answer to all of that is no, I'm perfectly happy. And I'm not looking to date someone. I'm not on these online types of apps, nor do I really kind of know what they are. My son had a running joke with me saying, "So mom, are you on Tinder yet?" And I had no idea what Tinder was. I thought it was a site where men meet men. Obviously, that is not the case. I did watch The Tinder Swindler when it came out, and so I did find out what Tinder was. But no, I'm very happy on my own and being single. And, I'll cover some of these reasons in the video. When people ask me if I feel alone because I'm single and retired, I have to say I never feel alone. I have a couple of really close girlfriends and I'm very, very close with my sister. I have 2 sons who both have children, so I have grandchildren in my life. If anything, I'm super busy doing things with other people and love it when I can just sit at home and not see anyone. So no, I never ever feel lonely. I think it's important to build your community, especially if you are a single person, and that community will keep you busy. If you're extroverted, then you may want to join some clubs, get out where you see people more often. I'm not extroverted, so this is not something that's a huge issue in my life. If I travel, I prefer to travel alone, quite frankly. I used to travel for work a lot, and I'm used to traveling by myself. If anything, I don't really like having someone else when I'm traveling. I prefer just doing my own thing, getting out to wherever I want to get to, and then, doing the things I want to do in that place. The first reason I really enjoy being single and retired is that I have total control over my space. You guys can laugh at me, but honestly, I'm such a control freak when it comes to my environment, how I decorate, what's in my home, how much stuff I keep, and I really enjoy just having full control over that. If I want to have a pink bedroom, I can have a pink bedroom. Now, I don't have a pink bedroom, but I can have one if I want it. If you're a minimalist, then you can have only the things that you want in your home. If you're a maximalist, then you can have more things than perhaps a partner would be comfortable. Just having control over your space is so nice. Now, clearly I have issues because I get uptight when things are even just slightly moved out of their spot. I think it's probably a little touch of OCD or something. I have to have things exactly set right, or it really bothers me. And it's a quirk, and when I had a partner, it used to drive him crazy. I'm on my own now, and so I can do whatever I want when it comes to my space. One thing I would like to add is if you do live alone, be very aware of your safety and personal security. Maybe have some kind of an alarm system, or invest in one of these doorbell type camera systems. I just think you need to go a little bit over and beyond what maybe would be the norm to ensure that you keep yourself safe. If you happen to be online or on YouTube like I am, I don't like to film specific areas or numbers on buildings that would give away exactly where I live. Just be aware that you are on your own, and so keep yourself safe. The second reason I enjoy being single is that I have complete freedom. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. If I want to get up early, I can do that. If I want to get up really late, I can do that as well. If I don't want to go out, I don't have to go out. I can sit huddled up in my house reading a good book for days on end. I don't have to go anywhere. If I want to go out with a bunch of friends, I can do that. I can be spontaneous and do whatever I want at any moment. And I really like that. When you're with a partner, you have to compromise. And I've been with a partner and I don't mind compromising because that's what relationships are all about. But I have to admit, I actually prefer this. I'm very independent. I like to do my own thing. I don't like to be told what to do. When you have a lifetime of working, especially if you're in the corporate sector and you're at the beck and call of a CEO or, executive vice presidents or whatever, and you're constantly not on your own time, it really is lovely to be completely free to do whatever you want. The third reason is that you have independence. You are not having to compromise. As I mentioned earlier, when you're with a partner, there are things you have to compromise on. That is the basis of a great relationship. When you're on your own, there is no reason to compromise. You have the independence to travel, to maybe start new hobbies, or do things that your partner may not have wanted to do. And it's wonderful to be independent. I think that there are people who prefer to be in a relationship. They like to have the grounding of having someone else there. I've always been extremely independent, almost to my detriment, because it does make relationships harder. So I really enjoy being completely independent and having the luxury of doing whatever I want to do. The fourth thing is privacy and peace. Again, I am an introvert. I've said this in several videos. I love being at home alone. I don't like noise. If I have music playing, it's usually easy to listen to music or jazz or some classical or some very soft pop type of stuff. And I don't like noise around me. And I don't like having people in my home unless they're people that I really like and I don't mind having around me. So I enjoy having that privacy and the peace and quiet. And because I live alone, I can do that. If you have a partner who loves listening to loud music or, likes loud motorcycles or whatever the situation is that you don't like but they like, you have to compromise on that, obviously, because you live together and this is their space as well. But for me, I love having that privacy and that peace in my home. I find I thrive in that. I have the best time to think and I get really creative and I enjoy having just the space and the quiet to ponder life, I guess. Maybe it sounds boring to some of you, but to me, it's not boring because that's how I'm built and how I'm made. Number 5 is spontaneity. It's that ability just to be able to go anywhere you want at a moment's notice. If a last minute trip comes up or an opportunity for a trip, because it's a really good deal, you can take advantage of that. For me, it could mean going to Australia for 4 months or 3 months of the year and spending time with my son and my grandchildren that live over there. I love the idea of just being able to get up and go. And that's difficult to do if you're with a partner, but it's a perk of being single and retired because you have the time and you have the ability to just take off at a moment's notice. Now, this is where another caution comes in. When you're traveling by yourself, please be aware, be careful. Be careful who you speak with, who you spend time with that you may not know. Have some kind of safety protocol in place. Something like, for example, texting a buddy at home once a day just to say, hey, everything's okay. Don't allow people to take advantage of you financially. Be aware of who you have drinks with and where those drinks came from. I think these are common sense rules that one should follow, and I don't want to be negative about travel, but I think these are realities. There's people out there that aren't very kind and they want to take advantage. So look after yourself. Number 6 is that being single means I'm in a no judgment zone. I can choose to wear what I want. If I want to wear makeup, I can. If I don't want to wear makeup, I don't have to. If I want to slob around in sweatpants all day, I can do that. I can buy whatever clothes I want. When I was with partners, they didn't criticize how I looked, but there were certainly things that they preferred or didn't prefer, and I like to make them happy, so I chose sometimes to wear things that maybe weren't necessarily me, but made them happy. Well, now I can do what I want. And also, having worked my whole life in an office and a corporate environment, you had to dress a certain way. I had to portray a certain professional demeanor. And right now, I can just wear whatever I want. Now is the time in our life where if we want to sport that quirky style, it's our opportunity to do it. If we want to wear our slobby 30-year-old t-shirt with holes in it, there's no one telling you that you can't. Number 7 is just growth and self-discovery. I've read a few articles about being single, and many of them mention, and this is especially the case for women, that people actually tend to do more when they're single, because if they're extroverted, they need to get out there, they need to meet people, and so they end up trying new hobbies, or they join groups. Or if you're introverted like me, you are reading a lot of books, you're maybe picking up a new hobby that doesn't involve other people, you're getting out there to exercise or to hike or, do things. I would urge you, because I have had people in my comments that are saying that, they have health issues and they don't get out and all they do is sleep, or they feel very lonely. Honestly, I have to say that, and I could be wrong on this, so don't hit on me in the comments section about this, but I've always been the type of person who firmly believes that you make your own happiness. It is your job and your responsibility to make your life worthwhile and to allow things into your life that make your day-to-day good. It's not that you have to do exciting things every day, but you have control over what you do in a day. If you want to go and read books and you can't afford to buy books, you can go to the library. There's organizations, if you're housebound, that will help with providing some social connections. All you need to do is the research to find these places. I always have believed that I could be happy in any situation. If I'm with a partner, I can be happy. If I'm single, I can be happy. Number 8 is physical well-being and health. Surprisingly, when I was researching the topic of being single in retirement, there is quite a bit of literature out there that shows that if you are single and you are older, you tend to be in better health and better physical condition when you're single than someone who is in a relationship. Now, there's several reasons that are given for that, and I don't know if I agree with them or disagree with them. I'm still kind of not sure about that, but I'll tell you what the reasons were. So number one, that was an easy one. You are just in a better place to eat healthier and to exercise more because you have more time when you're retired. And especially when you're single, because you are alone, so you can make the decision to get out there and work out, be it in the gym or go for a walk or whatever your favorite thing is. And also you're just cooking for yourself. So if you are intent on being healthier, there's no one there to sabotage that. So that reason I think is pretty straightforward and really makes sense to me, even with what I see in my own life. I eat healthier when I'm on my own. I don't tend to drink any alcohol when I'm by myself. So I think in general, my well-being is better. The second reason some of these articles gave was quite funny. It was the fact that apparently biologically we are made so that when we are single, we want to attract a mate, and so we take better care of ourselves. We want to look better and feel better, feel more positive about ourselves, and so we put more effort into it. Now, I don't know if that's true because I'm not out there looking for anyone, so I can't use my own life as an example, but maybe all of you want to sound off in the comments as to whether you think this is a reasonable idea or not. I found it quite funny, actually. Before I go to my next point, I just want to say that if my channel and the things that I talk about resonate with you, I would love if you would subscribe and follow my channel and maybe give me a thumbs up if you like the video that you're watching. Number 9 is finances. I love being single and having the decision making for my financial affairs. I like the fact that my finances are my own business. I don't need to share that with anyone else, and I make the decision on how I spend my money, where I spend my money, and how often I spend my money. I think that's very powerful, and I would urge any of you that aren't retired yet to really consider how much money you're saving for retirement if you're single. You will need almost as much money as someone who is in a couple relationship. And there's only you to save up that almost as much. So you will need almost the same type of income because there's a lot of things that are fixed. And things like utility bills or rent payments or mortgage payments are costs that don't care whether you're single or a couple. Yes, as a single, you can potentially live in a smaller place and then pay less money, but you're paying it on your own. So here is my third safety caution in this video, and that is be careful about safeguarding your money that you have worked so hard to save. Do not trust people that come into your life with your finances. And if you get into a relationship with someone and after a few months they're asking you for financial help, run fast. There is no reason when you're at our age and you're retired with your own finances in place that someone else should be taking advantage of that for their own benefit. If you're getting into some kind of a relationship, don't be hesitant in any way to have some kind of a cohabitation agreement. I think this is absolutely prudent. I would never allow someone into my life without having something down on paper as to what would happen if that relationship does not work out. It's a whole different game when you're older, and if someone leaves you and takes all your money, because you don't have a lifetime to re-earn that money. The other thing is, if you're a person who's online or who's on YouTube like I am, do not divulge how much money you have. I know this is a big thing on YouTube. People talk about their portfolios and how much money they have in their portfolio and what is in their portfolio. I really urge you not to do that. You open yourself up to scammers. And nowadays, scammers are very smart. All you have to do is Google romance scam, and there's hundreds of some horrible stories out there on how perfectly smart people have been swindled by those who are not very kind to others. So I would say when it comes to the YouTube world, maybe keep those things private. I want to do a video about investing, but in no way am I going to be discussing anything that's personal to me in my portfolio. Well, these are the 9 reasons why I enjoy being single in retirement. I have to say that I live my life with this specific motto. Life isn't perfect, but it can be. And so I always strive to make my life good no matter what situation I'm in, whether I'm single or living with someone. But I have to say I prefer being single. This is probably the happiest I've ever been, and I think it's because I have complete independence. If you're the type of person that enjoys being with someone else, then don't get offended by this video. It's all good. I mean, not all of us are made to be exactly the same. Some people like to be with a partner, and some people enjoy being single. Neither one is better than the other. They're just different. So this is it for this week. Thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I will see you all next week.